Few industries have spawned as many myths and urban legends as fast food. The idea that you can order your meal and be eating it within minutes is already a bit suspicious. So let's take a crack at debunking some of the myths you've probably heard and might still believe. Taco Bell's meat. If you listen to Taco Bell haters, you might believe your beef tacos feature something other than actual meat. They've been accused of using everything from fillers to grade D beef.
Something's not stacking up.
Of course, none of it is true. Taco Bell even posted a since-deleted statement on their website saying their beef was 88% beef and 12% other products. According to USA Today, those other products are things like trehalose and yeast. And registered dietitian Catherine Talmadge told the paper that they're safe to eat, and most are used for flavor balancing and texture. And if that doesn't stop model Chrissy Teigen from eating at the Bell, you're good to go.
And we all know I love Taco Bell. I like that one. Mama like.
KFC and the crazy chickens. KFC has been the victim of so many rumors, they've devoted an entire section of their Chicken Chattin' website to debunking them. There's the mutant chicken myth that suggested KFC was breeding chickens with extra legs, and the KFC spider chicken myth, which suggested customers were eating chickens with 8 legs and 6 wings. There's even the one that claimed they changed their name to KFC because they couldn't legally call their product chicken. But none of it is true. KFC sources healthy, perfectly normal, non-GMO engineered chickens. They say their chickens have to pass both USDA standards and their own, and that less than 10% of chickens are, in fact,
Finger-licking good!
Anti-military Starbucks. There are a few different stories about just how anti-military Starbucks is, and according to ThoughtCo, it all started with a viral message sent in 2004. It condemned Starbucks for refusing to donate coffee to U.S. Marines, and claimed they refused because they didn't support the war in Iraq or those fighting it. It was written by Marine Sergeant Howard C. Wright, and even though he later issued a retraction admitting that he'd been misinformed, the myth survived. According to a 2005 Starbucks newsroom release, Starbucks has not only committed to hiring thousands of veterans and active duty spouses, they've sent coffee and donations through the American Red Cross and the United Service Organizations. They even made commitments to expand into military communities and donate a share of those store profits to charities.
We're going to continue to do everything we can to honor the service, the extraordinary young men and women who are wearing the cloth of the nation.
Deep fried, whatever. This one is so common, Snopes calls it Kentucky Fried Rat.
Is this chicken?
Hell no. It's really impossible to turn a profit if you serve real chicken. Yeah, we use mainly bats.
Snopes says the story dates back to a tall tale first told in 1976, where a woman was eating KFC, discovered she was chowing down on a fried rat, then promptly succumbed to a heart attack. McDonald's was accused of serving up a chicken head in 2000, then it was a mouse at Popeyes in 2003, and then a rat at Popeyes in 2016. Snopes says there's usually not a resolution to any of these cases, and none have been confirmed as real since official investigators are rarely allowed to examine the evidence. Wendy's chili meat. Just like every other fast food joint, Wendy's has been the subject of lots of meaty drama. We'll start with the claim that their chili is made with rat or horse meat. Snopes traced the myth to satirical news site newsbuzzdaily.com and busted it. There's also a fake story from 2016 claiming a Wendy's employee had admitted to, and we quote, pooping in several hundred batches of chili since 2013, which is a whole lot of dedication to a very unusual cause. The story about finding a finger in a bowl of Wendy's chili was true, but considering the person who found it later admitted to also putting it there, Snopes says you can go ahead and get your chili on. Arby's liquid meat. No matter how much you love Arby's, you have to admit their roast beef has an odd texture. And that's given rise to the myth that they use liquefied meat. But in 2015, Business Insider went behind the scenes at Arby's to get the truth, which was 0 liquid meat. Arby's brisket arrives pre-smoked and ready to slice in store, while other meats, including the roast beef, are slow roasted on location every day.
Kendra.
Yes.
You know what? I am going to have that third steak after all. Go ahead and put that order in now, please and thank you.
Chinese takeout mystery meat. According to The Guardian, this one has been around for so long, it's gone from urban legend to an uncomfortable and rather racist joke. Snopes confirms the stories of cats, dogs, and even rats being served up in Chinese restaurants aren't just false, they do have racist roots. They found the myth circulating as far back as the 1850s, when Chinese immigrants began to settle in Britain and America. The story was a xenophobic knee-jerk reaction to the clashing of two very different cultures, accusations that have even closed restaurant doors and put people out of work. So let's enjoy our pork fried rice together in peace, because it's flippin' delicious. McDonald's 100% beef ingredients. This myth alleges that while McDonald's labels their meat 100% beef, you may not be eating all the usual parts of the cow.
I would like to buy a hamburger.
I would like to buy a hamburger.
Since there's also an urban legend that McDonald's is the world's largest purchaser of cow eyeballs, ThoughtCo looked at how cost-effective the practice would be. Spoiler, eyeballs are more expensive than meat. The USDA also specifies any beef byproducts need to be disclosed. So McDonald's wouldn't even be able to label eyeball meat as 100% beef.
Ed, I see you.
McDonald's fake eggs. When McDonald's can consistently serve up perfectly round eggs, something has to be up, right? According to Business Insider UK, McDonald's eggs, which are genuine, are cracked right on location into egg rings that give them their perfect shape, so there's no need to worry about your perfect egg McMuffin. Yahoo! Thanks for watching. Click the mashed icon to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Plus, check out all this cool stuff we know you'll love too.